Welcome, everyone. Hey, if everybody can get seated, we'll get started. Come on. There you go. Welcome, everyone, to the 2024 State of the City Address. I'm Siloam Springs City Administrator Alan Gilbert. I'm honored to see so many of you here today as we gather to reflect on our accomplishments and look forward to the future. To begin, I'd like to invite John Brown University chaplain Dr. Keith Jagger to lead us in our invocation.
Would you pray with me? Father, Son, Holy Spirit, we come to you today with hearts of praise and rejoicing, and we also come to you with our hearts filled with hope. We thank you for this place which you have worked in mightily in the past. Thank you for the place of healing which Siloam Springs has been for so many. We also bring our hearts and our hopes to you. And so thank you for each person in this room today, for each leader that you've appointed to lead us in our time. We think of our families, our loved ones, our children, our friends that are close to our hearts and how they represent the fabric of this community. And Father, I lift up each person in this space, each family, that you would continue to provide and protect and to heal us in this time as well. And so, Father, as we open our minds in celebration today, we do bring our prayers for the leaders, for the officials, for the men and women who serve this city so well. And we ask you to continue to give us a vision for who and how you'd want us to be in this city. And so, God, we love Siloam Springs, and we lift it up onto your throne and ask for your graces and your presence in the years ahead. Jesus, we pray all this in your name. Amen.
As the Siloam Springs Honor Guard presents our nation's colors.
Of the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was Liesl Dromey. Thank you. And now the Siloam Springs Honor Guard will post the colors.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Judy Nation, and I am your mayor. And thankfully, I am going to be your mayor for the next 4 years. So thank you. I am so excited to be here with you today as we gather in this great city that we are so proud to call our home. Siloam Springs is more than just a place on a map. It's a community, a family, a home. It's a place where the heart and soul of our city are defined by the people who live here, the businesses that thrive here, and the way we come together to support one another. Whether it's gathering at events like our Fourth Friday, or Light Up Siloam Springs at Christmas time, or celebrating our culture and shared history at many of the festivals we have each year. We are constantly reminded of the unique spirit that makes Siloam Springs such an extraordinary place. Our community takes pride in its small town charm, its local schools, and its thriving businesses. Neighbors know each other. Our leaders are accessible, and together we're working every day to ensure that this city remains a great place to live for generations to come. We are honored today to share our city, to let you know that our city has been selected by CGI Digital to be a part of their 2024 Community Showcase. They came to our town, filmed our parks, events, people, and different aspects that make Siloam Springs home. I want to share our first video, the welcome video. This video gives a glimpse of all that makes our community so special. From the beauty of our parks to the spirit of our local businesses, the strength of our schools, and the pride we all share in calling this city home. Welcome to Siloam Springs, Arkansas, a vibrant place that embraces the true spirit of community. From its founding in the mid-19th century, our community has been known for its spring waters. High in iron and manganese, they were a major attraction for the health conscious.
Today, with a population of around 20,000, Siloam Springs benefits from close proximity to larger cities such as Bentonville and Fayetteville. Additionally, it serves as the second largest corridor between Oklahoma and Arkansas. Along with its full complement of municipal service and public safety agencies, we are just one of 4 communities in the state with our own electric utility. Established in 1903, the department provides electricity to over 10,000 customers.
Nestled in Arkansas's scenic northwest region, Siloam Springs offers an abundance of outdoor activities to enjoy. The Siloam Springs City, School District, and John Brown University empower students of all ages for success, utilizing innovative approaches and partnerships in a safe and supportive environment. Whether visiting the area or making it your home.
Welcome to Siloam Springs, Arkansas, where neighbors become family.
Well, I hope that you enjoyed seeing just a few of the reasons why we love living here. You can explore even more of the Siloam Springs videos that were made at siloamsprings.com. You'll find additional videos and information that showcase our vibrant community in the video tour. Today, we are fortunate to have with us some of the leaders and individuals who make Siloam Springs the amazing place it is. These are the people who work together day in and day out for the families, businesses, students, and every single person who calls Siloam Springs home. And together, they make sure our city continues to grow and thrive, and keeping the needs of our community at the heart of everything they do, building a bright future for generations to come. So first, I would like to take this opportunity and take a moment to recognize our City Board of Directors. They are here today, and they work diligently alongside each other every day and with our employees to shape the future of Siloam Springs. Your leadership and commitment to this community is invaluable, Board, and I would ask that you please stand to be recognized. Thank you. And we are also honored to have Brittany Parker, who is the field representative for Senator Tom Cotton's office. We thank you, Brittany. If you would stand, please, so we can recognize you. We thank you for being here today and for representing our interest at the federal level. And now at this time, I would like to take a moment to recognize and introduce the outstanding speakers we have today. They will share their thoughts and insights on our city and its future. First on our list is State Senator Tyler Dees. And although Senator Dees could not be here with us today, he has graciously recorded a video message to share his thoughts on the state of our region and what lies ahead. So let's hear from him now.
Hello friends, Tyler Dees here, State Senator of District 35, and I'm so thankful to get to say hello to you all and welcome you to this event. I hated not being able to be there live in person, but I'm actually here in Little Rock representing you in my hometown of Siloam Springs, and in fact, I love Siloam Springs. I love getting to talk to everybody here across the state about Siloam Springs. I mean, it's where I live, it's where I went to high school, went to college, where I met my wife, where I'm raising my family, where I work, where I go to church. It is absolutely a joy of mine to be from Siloam Springs. And so as you guys meet today and you talk about all the details of what's going on through our community, I want you to know that it's a joy for me to be from there and a joy to serve you in Little Rock and be a voice for you. But I tell you, that doesn't come easy. You know, it's our community. The reason it's so great is because of years and years of trust that has been earned through the citizens. In my house, we talk about a trust bucket as an analogy. And when we treat people well and have a great conversation at a time, it's a drop into the trust bucket of people. And that's what we have to continue to do as leaders across the community. We have to continue to earn trust slowly, one conversation at a time, one action at a time, one decision at a time is a drop into people's trust bucket. And we can be careless and we can mess up and we can slosh around and lose trust with folks out of that bucket. But we have to be mindful of that. We have to try to do the right thing every time. And so I hope that's what we can all continue to do to earn trust of the people we get to serve and of the community members that we get to be shoulder to shoulder with all across the community. And that's our goal. It has to be a heart of authenticity and a goal that aligns with the mission and the vision and the values of our community. And that way we'll continue to thrive for future generations. So thank you for letting me be a part of that. And with a servant's heart, I say thank you for the chance to get to serve you all here in Little Rock and fight for those cultural values that we hold up high and the standards that we hold as a community. So I hope you all are having a great meeting and a great event. Wish again I could be there live, but I'm cheering you on today. And again, have a wonderful day fighting for the values that we all care about, one drop at a time, through one conversation at a time, earning that trust. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hello, friends.
Thank you, Senator Dees, for your message and your continued support of Siloam Springs. Next, I would like to introduce all the other speakers we will be hearing from today. After I have completed all the introductions, I will turn the floor over to them. So our first speaker, it is my pleasure to introduce Representative Delia Haak, who has been a steadfast advocate for our community in Little Rock since 2021. Her dedication has brought positive change, and we're grateful to welcome her to the stage to share her insights with us today. And then we will hear from Representative-elect Randy Torres, who will soon be representing our community in Little Rock in 2025. We look forward to your leadership and the voice you will bring for Siloam Springs at the state level. We are also honored to have John Brown University President Chip Pollard, who will share his perspective on the important role our local university plays in shaping the future of Siloam Springs and providing opportunities for our students. Next, our Superintendent Shane Patrick will speak about the incredible work happening in our local schools and the bright future for the students and families in this community. And we are also fortunate to have Siloam Springs Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, Arthur Hulbert, who will talk about the ongoing efforts to support local businesses and the importance of economic development in making Siloam Springs a great place to live and to work. And lastly, we will hear from our City Administrator, Alan Gilbert, who will provide an update on the city's progress and share insights on what's next for Siloam Springs. Again, thank you for being here today and for being a part of this exciting journey for our community. Please join me now in welcoming Representative Delia Haak.
Thank you so much for having me today, and I just want to say thank you to our police department and officers that are here. You make us feel very safe to be in this place, but also to live in one of the safest communities in Arkansas. Our fire department as well, all of the city employees that are here, thank you so much. I cannot tell you how proud Senator Dees and I are to represent one of the best cities, not only in the state of Arkansas, but also in the country. We know the blessings that we have had. And to be in this place today on this campus, it's really a blessing. I also am a graduate of John Brown University. When I finished after about 31 years here, one of my greatest, I feel like, accomplishments, though, was serving on the search committee for the fourth president of John Brown University, Dr. Chip Pollard, one of a couple faculty members. And I will tell you, the one thing that really stood out to me about him, and for the last 20 years has proved true, though this campus has experienced unbelievable change in its physical facilities, I remember Dr. Pollard and his wife Carrie said for every class he taught, every semester, they would have the students over to their house. Every class every semester, and I thought to myself, I love students. We love to have students over to our house, but I never had every single class, every single semester of teaching. So Dr. Pollard, I just want to say thank you for 20 years. That's really incredible that you've been a part of this campus, not only the facilities, which are amazing, like this Performing Arts Center, but for every student I know. When I was teaching here, I would have students go across, and most of the time we do this street so often we don't see the cemetery right here next to us. But I would have every semester, one of my classes would have to go over to the cemetery for an afternoon and sit down and walk through the markers and pick one person and sit there and write just a page or so about that person's life. They didn't know them, they didn't know about them. Sometimes they will say something interesting on their marker, but oftentimes it's just a dash between the date of birth and the date of death. And the question I was asking them is, what do you want to be the dash in your life? What do you want that dash to be like, to look like when you leave a legacy of your life here? And that's part of what the city of Siloam Springs represents to me. We have a wonderful past. We have an amazing present. And we have an extraordinary opportunity for the future, which is really what we're all working toward, to have a better opportunity here in Siloam Springs for future generations. Much of what we've seen has been left for us to be good stewards of, but how can we also pass that on to the next generation? I am a graduate of JBU, but we also have 2 sons that graduated from here. Now I have 4 grandkids of 8. Grandkids we have, my husband Bill Haak and I, that go to school here. So this is really just an amazing place for us. But part of that was wanting to answer the Lord's call for an open seat in 2020 to represent Siloam Springs and the Western Benton County region of Gentry over to Highfill. And I took my 7 grandkids at the time to Washington, D.C. and challenged them to get involved in politics, because these are just people like us making all these decisions, and you guys need to get involved. And we were sitting outside the House of Representatives waiting to go in. And my grandson, who was 15 at the time, he's a junior here now, he looked at me and he said, "Well, you, Grandma, you do it." And I said, "No, my time has passed. This is for you all. You need to get involved." Well, by that time, none of them were having any of that. And they were like, "Yeah, you do it, Grandma, you do it." So I was like, okay, if I do this and try, then you guys have to promise you will do something to give back to your community, either by volunteering in your church, in your school board, on your city council. Doesn't have to be at any level other than in your family, but you have to be active in making your life's community a better place. Well, wouldn't you know, it came along that the open seat for me started in 2020. And Bill joined me that day when I got sworn in to the state capitol. But it was very different. I don't know if you remember, just 4 or 5 years ago, what we were going through. And we all had to wear masks when we would get to the Capitol. We were surrounded by plexiglass. I had been there for several months and still didn't recognize all the different people after we were able to take those masks off, who was actually there. But that was our first term. And it's interesting, I love this picture, because Governor Hutchison had asked us to wear our masks, but we had one Benton County member that thought, well, I'll bring my mask. He's a senator now. But those were awesome times. This is all behind the plexiglass and so on. Part of what we do is advocate for bills. We give testimony in committees. Everything has to go through the House and the Senate, as you know, but it has to come to a committee first. What I learned is one word can change a bill. So I took that responsibility very seriously to read every bill. That was a lot of bills, but it was really heartwarming to know that you could help a particular family get through something that would help them and their families. And there are many examples of that, and this was just one. By the second term, my family got to come. Many of these are the 4 of the grandkids that could join me that day and being sworn in. Our Benton County representatives got to grow, and we got to get together more often. We weren't as restricted and so on. Again, this is just part of the being on the floor of the House. I would encourage anybody and everybody to go to the state capitol and be a part of the process. I know many of the city of Siloam Springs and others from the city of Gentry and Highfield have been down to see what it's like and testify, but see a bill get passed that has your name on it and then support of the House and the Senate. And also to be a part of just advocating for our region. It's really fun. This was a day with Governor Sanders, and what strikes me on this is, this was a day, I think, right before her surgery for cancer, throat cancer, and she never let any of us know what she was going through, but just prayers continue for our governor and our nation as well. But we have an amazing governor. This is Senator Dees and I working with the Secretary of Agriculture on some issues for our region. As we know, Benton County is one of the #1 ag counties in the state. Again, Senator Dees and I worked together just really hard to represent Siloam Springs. This was part of the LEARNS Act when Siloam Springs hosted a town hall here on campus before the LEARNS Act was passed. John Brown University came down. The city of Siloam Springs, Chamber President Arthur came. We had many meetings once a week for our 3rd District Congressional District. We had the Siloam Springs High School basketball team and others, students that would come and get to host them. And then I'm excited about a new partnership on Western Benton County. We have the 59 corridor here from Siloam Springs as kind of the anchor along the Western Benton County up to Sulphur Springs. And then we have the I-49 corridor of Bentonville down to Fayetteville. But just really working, and Senator Bozeman was there that day to join us. And thank you for being here to represent our Senator Cotton. That's really exciting. I know he's been very busy. But I will say, after 4 years, 4 years of high school, 4 years of college, 4 years in the legislature was just right for me. And I'm very excited to be able to join my husband, Bill Haak, of 48 years, and back on the farm and being able to be a part of our family again. But it has been a real honor. We are always here to help in any way that we can, Mayor Nation. And we're just so proud to be a part of this community. And I just really want to say thank you, and God bless Siloam Springs.
Good afternoon. I'm Randy Torres, and I'm representative-elect for our District 17. But before I get started, I want to call out some of the successes that Delia and Senator Dees and others in the legislature in Little Rock have accomplished. When you compare our state to other states in our nation, we're first in pro-life. We're first in cost of living. We're first in minimum teacher salary, second in protecting the Second Amendment, third least expensive state to start a new business, and then fourth with religious liberty. Those are huge accomplishments, and that takes a lot of sacrifice. I've learned that, and I don't fully understand the sacrifice that it takes to lead a state to where we are today. That has a huge benefit for our community of Siloam Springs that we're all here to learn more about and we love. And so I just want to give it up to Delia and Bill for the sacrifices that you and your family have made to get us to this point. Thank you so much. Again, I'm Randy Torres, and it's kind of fitting that I'm here at John Brown University starting this new gig. It was John Brown University that actually lured me and my family here in 2001. You see, my wife was a 1988 graduate of JBU, and we met in Colorado, and only because I was asked to take a job in Colorado as a wrangler to replace a young man that had to leave his post as wrangler, and it was John Brown Jr.'s grandson, Brian Wilt. And so through that whole scenario, I ended up marrying Molly, who worked there and who went to school here. And I got a postcard in the mailbox. We run a service company in College Station, a parking lot maintenance company, and I got a postcard in the mail from JBU about a graduate ministry program that they were starting here. And I thought, that sounds like fun. And the great people here did really good recruiting and lured us here in 2001. We live south of town on the river near the kayak park. We've got 2 children, and I've raised both of my children here, have gone through school at Siloam Springs School District, and we're fully prepared to go to college and do really, really well. So we're very grateful for the community that we've been able to not just live in, but thrive in over the last 23 years. So the other thing I want to do is I want to thank you all. The election season is over for many of us, not all of us, but many of us. And I really, really sincerely appreciate the confidence and support and the encouragement that this community has given me and my family during this process. And we're looking forward to serving you, your interest and your values in Little Rock. And so just thank you so much. I wouldn't be here without your support. So my update is just going to include just some questions that I've been asked during this process along this journey. And the first question that I've been asked over and over was what inspired me to run? And really, it's a heart for the people. And nothing really, it fostered more and more and more as my wife and I, she drove me around and we knocked on almost 3,000 doors. And I'll tell you, the people in this district are wonderful people. And so my heart for you all just continued to grow. So that's number one. And number two, encouragement. I received different phone calls from several different people asking me to consider running. And that was a huge element of my willingness to do this. And then finally, stewardship. All of my professional, personal experiences, whether it's knowledge, skills, and experiences have all been really developed here within the city limits of this community. And when I had the opportunity by the city board as appointed to join a screening team to hire a new city administrator, I was able to use the skills and as I had as a HR executive at Dayspring for 5 years and apply them to get to the process for our city. And I got a lot of job satisfaction out of that. The job was great for many of us as volunteers, but the satisfaction that came of using something that I've been given for a broader good for our community was something that really inspired me. So that was really the final thing that really kind of helped me consider running as your state representative. I've been asked, what are your priorities? And I call it my 3-legged stool: education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Because it's hard to get new jobs, economic development going in our community without those 3. As far as education, I've been on the Siloam Springs Public School Foundation Board, and I've had a close relationship with a lot of our superintendents and leadership over the years, and we'll have a regular cadence of meeting together to learn more about what's going on in our school system here, and as well as some of the private school folks. So that's education. Healthcare. 3 months ago, I was asked to join Community Clinics Board. I've done so. They are the primary provider of health care in our districts. So it'll allow me to get a front row seat to what's really going on with our health care in our district and how legislation could help or hurt or hinder that effort to provide great health care here in Siloam Springs and Gentry and Springtown. Infrastructure, Delia introduced Western Benton County Partnership. Just got put on that board. I served as one of the advisory committee members for child care in the past. But, just recently having RDOT come and give us an update on where they are with highway projects, things that have been approved, things that are in process, and things or times when these projects will be completed. I've worked hand in hand with our city administrator already to have a traffic study done in Siloam Springs that will help us with our efficiency and traffic control, as well as some of the areas around the community that have become safety hazards for us. And so I look forward to getting that report and looking for ways that we can steward what we have to make our highway and our streets safer and more efficient. So those are some of the things that I'm working on right now, even before I get to take office, and I'm hoping Delia will hold the reins until January 13th when I take oath. But, and the other question I've been asked is, how can you get a hold of me? You can go to Randy for Arkansas, that's Randy, F-O-R, Arkansas.com, and all my contact information is there. And then finally, I'll just say, I feel really blessed to work for a family like the Harrell family that owns my bank, my employer, Generations Bank, that has let me use my office to meet with people. And Senator Dees as well. I think Simmons family, you know, giving him the ability to serve as our senator, meanwhile working and keeping his job with Simmons, that's a big deal. So we're very grateful for the Simmons family and for the Harrell family for giving us the opportunity to serve you in Little Rock. So, yeah, you're welcome to see me there. There's a lot of good things going on. What I value most is the relationships that I have with the community as well as the leaders in our community and our district, and I look forward to seeing great things happening. Thank you so much.
So I'd like to extend my welcome to all of you here to be at John Brown University, and just wanted to give you some updates about what's happening here on campus and some of the good things that are with the relationship between JBU and the city of Siloam. So this fall we had a record fall enrollment. This is the second year in a row we've had record fall enrollment. And increasingly our students are drawn here because of what's happening in Northwest Arkansas. When I started 10 or 15 years ago, we would just say if we could just get them here, they'd come to JBU. Now when they wake up in Kansas City or in Dallas, they've actually already been here. I've also seen a great phenomenon that's increased, which more and more of our students' parents are retiring here in Northwest Arkansas because they're introduced to Siloam Springs, and then they come and they love the city and they end up coming back to retire. So we're grateful for that. Wall Street Journal has named us first or second in the state of Arkansas over the last 5 years. It's either been us or the University of Arkansas, so we're in healthy competition. And then top 10% in the country. And then in the Chronicle of Higher Education, it's been named 9 out of the last 10 years as a great place to work. This is a survey of our faculty and staff. We're in the midst of a capital campaign seeking to raise about $140 million. We're at about over $100 million. Much of that is resources are coming into construction on campus, but also for scholarships and for some of our operations. And again, it helps the health of the city to have that money come in through JBU. We're also trying to respond to some of the workforce needs in the city and in the Northwest Arkansas. So our nursing program was started in 2014. It's grown. It grew to about 150. Then we had a little bit of a dip during the pandemic. There was too many nurses on TV crying about how bad the pandemic was, and people didn't want to be nurses for a while, but we're back up, and we expect to continue to grow there. We work very closely with the hospital here in the city, but also throughout Northwest Arkansas. And then in 2020, we started computer science, data analytics, cybersecurity, and game design, AI. All those technology degrees, all the nursing degrees are about 10% of our students. Now all of our IT degrees are about 10% of our students. We received some generous support from the Walton Family Foundation, including $8 million for computer science and data analytics and $6.5 million for cybersecurity program. And you can see the growth that's happened in our student population in those areas. Because of the growth in both nursing and in IT-related fields, we're going to need expansion of one of our buildings. This is our health education. You'll see the sign if you're outside. We're going to start, Lord willing, construction in May. So we have a new addition. Here's an architectural rendering of what that will look like. We received some very generous grants from the state. Delia Haak and Tyler Dees were very helpful for that. On the nursing part of this program, the first floor will be for computer science and data analytics. The second floor will be for expansion in nursing and to grow those. We're also trying to educate all people here in Northwest Arkansas, and we've had a couple programs that have been fairly successful. Crescento Juntos is a program where we've been reaching out to North America, Northwest Arkansas Latinos, and we've grown fairly quickly in that as well. Marcos Gutierrez, who is from our region and was a JVU graduate, he's led that program. And again, we've gone from about 85 students to almost 180 Latino students here at JVU's campus. We also try to make JVU as affordable as we can for people. So we've gone from about $450,000 in endowed scholarships every year to $3.6 million to make it as affordable as we can for as many families as we possibly can. And then we're finally, at this point, going to finish. So if you're here on campus, we've been deeply blessed by gifts for our construction. 92% of our campus has been renovated or new since 2004, for the last 20 years. But the library, we haven't been able to touch really. And so we're going to work on the library. We're going to take all the books in the library, put it upstairs. You don't need as much storage space for books. And on the first floor, we're going to have an academic success center. This is where all of our tutoring services will be. We know students have lost learning during the pandemic, but just generally need more support to succeed. So our tutoring areas, our help desk, our media lab, all that will be on the first floor, including our ground floor coffee shop. So a couple pictures of what that will look like. That's the main hallway that will come in. And if you walk around the path here on our campus, and if you've never walked around the path, you should. It's some of the prettiest parts of the path in all of the town. The coffee shop will be right off there. I'm making a little sales pitch. The students run the coffee shop, and they've asked me to make a sales pitch for the new coffee shop. We'll be right off the edge of the path and right in the front of the new library. So a couple pictures from there with a nice plaza on the outside. New reading room upstairs. And then finally, the last thing we've started that's been really successful is esports. And I know some of you are out there saying, how do you put E with sports in the same word? 80% of young people play esports, and for 80% of the 80%, it's the primary thing they do outside activity. And we decided instead of having students playing other people in Poland at 3 a.m. in our residence hall, we would put them on a team, and with coach and discipleship, we have 80 students that are part of our esports program at the varsity level, at the JV level, and at the club level. So we've also purchased we've created a new esports arena for that. I know our high school students are very interested in this. We got a lot of local high schools that are part of coming to campus to see this. And this has been a really wonderful addition to our activity programs, our sports program. We are first and foremost a Christ-centered institution. We consider our Christian faith to be the most important part of how we do our education. And we are unabashed about that. And we're grateful that we are in a state and a city that is very supportive of the things that we do that way. So we thank you for that. We thank you for the relationship we have with the city. Again, our students fall in love with Siloam Springs when they get here, and that's mainly from the good work that you do. So thank you very much.
Shane Patrick. I'm the superintendent for the Siloam Springs School District and very blessed and honored to be here to talk to you today. First thing I want to do is, I don't know if any of them were able to make it today, but I want to recognize our school board. They work tireless hours just like our city board members do. They get a lot of phone calls, they get zero compensation, a lot of headaches that they pass on to me, and but I'm very appreciative. They hired me back earlier this spring, and I am so excited to lead this school district. What a wonderful community. I mean, does anybody ever sit back and just think how blessed and honored we are to live in such a wonderful community? I mean, it's really breathtaking at times. My wife and I think my wife's back here somewhere, Bethany, but she stands in the background a lot. She doesn't like to be recognized, but she takes care of me and lets me do this job. But we talk often about how honored and how excited we are to be a part of this community. In the short time we've lived here, even though I worked here 5 years and traveled over from the corridor, we were so ready to become a part of this community because all of the awesome things that are going on here, not just in our school system, but in our Chamber of Commerce, and everything to do with our city. It's just an awesome place. The city and the school district have had a unique relationship over the years. They've been bound together. And if you go back long before I was alive, they've always been able to work together. The history books show that. We're going to continue that. We're going to continue to have a great relationship. Alan and I have had many conversations long before each of us got in these positions about the great things that we can work together and do for the city. And so it's important that we recognize that and continue that. We're a growing community. We are growing quickly. We have to manage it. We have to work together to manage it. I know our people in our electrical department here in the city know the vast number of homes that are being built for people that are moving here and the work that is. Not being able to get transformers in so construction projects can move forward. We see it in the school district. 14.6% growth since 2010 school year here in our school district in students. That's just under 700 additional students in that amount of time in 14 years. That's a tremendous amount of growth. We are way ahead of the state projection that they put out there for us and have been for several years. Why is that? Because we have a great school system and we have a wonderful community to live in. People want to come here. The only way that continues to be is that we continue with the relationship with the school district and our community leaders to continue to grow our school and provide the opportunities for parents, for their students that they need. Our school district currently has, as of today, 4,542 students in it. But you know, I'm all about parent rights. We have another 600 homeschool students in this community, and they have a right to be here too. We have some private schools starting up in this area. They have the right for that. Parent choice. Parents have the right to choose what's best. My goal for our school system is make somebody think twice why they would not want to send their kid to Siloam Springs. That's what our goal is about. That's what we're trying to do. So how does that fit into our community? It is the hub for families. The school system is the hub for families. It's the one place, no matter what church you go to, whatever else you're involved in, most of the time in our community, it's the hub that connects all of our people. And we have to stay on top of our school system and provide great opportunities in order to do that. These are the future leaders of our community, our state, and our nation. These are the people who are going to be out doing the jobs many of you are doing right now one day. We have to prepare them. It is the first organization when a business comes to town or a family comes to town trying to decide if they're going to move here. It's one of the very first things they look at. What is your school system like? What kind of opportunities do my kids and my family have to move here? Or what kind of opportunities can I get employees to work for us here because they want to be here? All of that goes into play, and that's why we have to continue to have a great school system. Where we are now, our mission, changing lives through educational excellence. It was set many years ago by a steering committee of 97 people put together in this community and determined that's what the mission for the Siloam Springs School District was going to be. It doesn't need to change. There's no reason to change it. We have to help people have the best opportunity to be successful after graduation. Now, how we go about that is changing. It's a changing world. It's not like it was 20 years ago. It's not like it was 30 years ago, 35 years ago when I graduated. Things are different. And it's good differences. We have different types of opportunities. Not every child needs to go to college. We need people in the workforce. We need our CTE programs to continue to grow. We are the leader in the state when it comes to CTE in the Siloam Springs School District. That's done through a dedication between the community, the school system, and business community in our area. We revolutionized CTE with our CAS program, and we're going to continue to grow that population. And with the LEARNS Act, we now have even more opportunity to have a path to graduation. You're either on track and it's the child's choice and can change either way, but you're on track for a college-bound program, or you're on track to a CTE program where you can go right to work in a high-skilled job, a high-paying job, and a high-demand job. We're excited about those things. We have beautiful facilities. The leadership over the last several years has done a wonderful job of being good, efficient stewards of the taxpayers' dollars. And it's important for us to realize that every dollar that we take in tax money is coming out of somebody's own pocket. And we have to take care of that and spend it efficiently, but make sure that we have nice things, but we don't have to be the nicest. But we have to take care of our kids and be good with money. We will never stop trying to do what's best for students. That's been the Siloam Springs way. We do what's best for students. Now, we have a lot to work on. We are never going to end this cycle of improvement in our school district. We've brought a lot of new team members in over the last 6 months, and we're going to continue to look for innovative ways to improve. We're only going to be able to do that, though, with our continued relationships. I want to point out a few relationships that we have with our city government. We were able to come to a joint use agreement on our new tennis court system, where we worked together through some grant money and some other money that both of us have, and we were able to provide a brand new tennis facility for the citizens of our community that they could use outside of times when our high school teams weren't actually practicing or having events. We worked together on a crosswalk there at Allen Elementary. Those are some things that are recently done. We share facilities all the time. For example, our fireworks, we moved them out from the airport over to the rodeo. We allowed people to get there on the school campus, and the city and us work together to make sure that goes off without a hitch. We recently started a promotion of the city museum. We are working on, currently, our communication director is working on digitizing all the yearbooks from all the years past of our school system so they can show the rich history that we have here in Siloam Springs in our school district. And we're going to be promoting the museum on our website as well as through our social media. And we're in constant communication. We're also in constant communication with the chamber. We meet regularly with Arthur, who's going to speak shortly, and we are massive supporters of economic growth in our community. We're either going to grow or we're not, and we need to grow, and we are growing whether we wanted to or not. So we need to make sure we're doing everything we can. JBU and the Siloam Springs School District have had a long partnership. We have a lot of things we do together. Everything from hosting intern teachers on our campuses. They're going to school here at JBU. To a few years back, we had a massive collaborative project where we came together and completely redid the track over here at Black Stadium. That now we have one of the premier track facilities in the state of Arkansas. And John Brown University has an awesome track facility. They use that as well. We share that facility. So many partnerships with JBU. The patrons of our community, how do we build that? I'm announcing I'll say it here and then I'll say it again at our school board meeting tonight. I'm announcing that we are going to start a superintendent's advisory council, both for students and then also one for for community members, where we will meet on a regular basis, not only for me to explain what's going on in our school system, but to get feedback in what people need from our school district. I think it'll be a great way to hear from people directly from themselves, and then also be able to send people out and spread word about all the wonderful things that go on in our school district. We have many parent involvement events. It is key to build relationships with our community and our school system. What's on the horizon? Well, we have some pretty exceptional things coming down the road. Our growth is here. It's not going to be too long. We're going to need some more room. We're not there yet, but it's coming. We're going to have a new elementary school at one point. The leaders of the district years ago had the foresight to purchase land and have that ready when that happened. And when that time comes, we'll be talking more about that, and that won't be that far off with our growth. Tonight, I plan to ask the school board to approve for us to research and possibly develop, if at all possible, an employee daycare for all of our employees. There are right around 700 employees in the Siloam Springs School District. Many of these employees each year will leave our district because they can't find daycare for their children. Our goal is to provide a low-cost daycare. It's a great undertaking. There's about 3 districts in the state that have been able to do it, and we want to be one of them. We want to provide opportunities for our people that take care of the children of this community to be here and be able to stay with us. So I'm really excited about that. The relationship between the city and the school district is strong. We both have the same goal in mind, to provide the best of everything for the Siloam Springs School District. And as I told somebody recently, I said, what's the best thing about Siloam Springs? It's the people. It's a small town feel with big town opportunities. Thank you very much, and I look forward to meeting with each and every one of you at some point along the way. You have a good day.
How's everybody doing? It's like, anyway, I'm Arthur Holbert, President and CEO of the Siloam Springs Chamber of Commerce, and I've been asked to talk about business, and just to be completely honest with you, I can't talk about business without specifically thanking every person in here. If you're with the electric department, I say thank you. If you're with you can't have a business without electric, can't have a business without water, you can't have a business without sewer, you can't have a business without roads, you can't have a business without sanitation. So you guys are the reasons, and ladies, are the reasons that we have a great climate for business. I also specifically want to thank the city board. It's because of the city board and their commitment to economic development and through contractual relationship with the Chamber of Commerce that we're able to have many of these things. Also too, you can't have a business if you don't have a safe place to be. With our police, if your house is on fire, if your business is on fire, you need firemen and firewomen. We can't have any of that without that. So I can't talk about business without saying thank you. So every person in here is the reason we have a good business climate. It's because of you guys too. Also too, because of our state legislators too. Exceptional. We have, and you can't talk about business in Siloam Springs without talking about what is the climate of our state. I'll talk to you a little bit about that too, but our state legislators and our incoming legislator have complete confidence in our representative-elect that he is going to help, just like Representative Haak, support policies that are good for business, which is good for people, which is good for jobs, things like that too. I'm also very thankful that we have a great city administration and a mayor and just a whole culture that supports business too. So from a state perspective too, you can't really talk about the businesses in Siloam Springs without going, what's going on around the state, what's going on around the country, why are people coming here? Specifically, Arkansas has astronomically moved up in its business climate. Right now, we're ranked 15th in the country for being economically competitive. That's a significant improvement from where it was a few years ago. We're now 4th in the country recently for tax changes. Our individual income tax now has, since I moved here, I think we moved here and my income tax was, personal was 6%, now it's 3.9%. Definitely a step in the right direction for the state of Arkansas. Corporate tax rates are now down to 4.3%. Major improvement too. We're 9th in the country for the fastest growing gross domestic product. Our population in Arkansas, although a lot of it is in Northwest Arkansas, is we're actually the 14th fastest growing in the country too. Basically, our business climate is good because of everything there. We've talked about our public schools. I'm very thankful to we have phenomenal public schools. And my daughters that have gone through there, they've excelled exceptionally in their continued education in college. Very thankful for John Brown University. I love John Brown University, not just for being one of the best academic institutions in our country. It's either always number one or number two in the state of Arkansas. He told the chancellor at U of A, I think, that he was number two yesterday. I'm also very, very thankful for our public schools and our universities, and very thankful for that too. You may go to all this good news, all these great things, but you know what? Inflation is high and something's going on with housing. So let me tell you what's going on with housing. In 2001, the average home in Siloam Springs cost $100,000 $100,750. Average home in Siloam Springs. Price per square foot, $66.05 per square foot in 2001. In 2010, the average home in Siloam Springs cost $125,615, $86 a square foot. 2020, the average home in Siloam Springs costs $189,700, $116 a square foot. 2023, that home, same home, costs $237,010, $170 a square foot. Most recently, as of last month, the average home, median price home in Siloam Springs, $266,217, $175 a square foot. That's significant. Would you agree? I don't care who you are, that is significant. The cost of housing. And what's interested in, we still have some of the lowest cost housing in the whole region. I'm in Bentonville right now. It's about $350, $400 a square foot. We're about $175 a square foot. Fayetteville's about $250. So Siloam Springs is a great place for people to move to. I know it doesn't look like it has low cost of housing, but comparatively it is. But it has a whole lot of things that the other places don't have to offer. Siloam Springs is a place where people come to have their dreams met through Siloam Springs. Now, I'll kind of briefly move on specifically about Siloam Springs. So if you want to know how the business is doing, kind of look at the Chamber of Commerce, because basically businesses make up the Chamber of Commerce. Right now, the Chamber of Commerce is bigger than it's ever been. It's 570 members. We have about 38 ambassadors. We have 15 amazing board members. And a great team with Lindsay Tater, Cindy Bennett, Elizabeth Smith, and we're finding new ways really to serve the community and to reach out. And I'm thankful too that for the last couple of years, because of our relationship we have with the city, that we're able to do small business plan competitions. We had one last year, gave out 10,000. We're going to give out another 5,000 in about 3 weeks. And there's a whole lot of entrepreneurs. Siloam Springs is full of people with entrepreneurial spirit, have a strong robotics team, things like that. So I know we kind of feel like we have an understanding of how we perceive ourselves, but really, how is Siloam Springs perceived by the business community? You know, it's always a good question, right? Not how do I look at myself in the mirror, but how do people perceive Siloam Springs? Right now, Siloam Springs, from a 50,000-foot view, it's seen as a business, warm, friendly environment that's attractive for businesses, some small, some large. Over the last year, the Siloam Springs, in collaboration with the city, with the Northwest Council, AEDC, we've done 5 RFIs, requests for information from very, very, very large businesses, 2 of which are publicly traded, that if indeed they do land here in Siloam Springs, it'll be an economic change of generational proportion if they do come. They may come, they may not. The nice thing is, yesterday we were in a meeting, the mayor and the city administrator and I, with the people overseeing those projects, actually on the other side of the campus. And they said that we're still a top 2, top 3 place in America this publicly traded company wants to move to. Very, very significant. Obviously can't give you more details than that. Another things too, a beautiful thing is too, we have a thing that goes choo-choo-choo all through town, the rail. We have the main north-south rail. I don't know if you guys realize that from Canada to Mexico. And I've sat with the people over the rail department, and they've been inside the chamber twice. They said, you're sitting on some of the best rail in all of America right now. And they're willing to help pay for some of the infrastructure for the right company that will come here. A lot of great things going on. But really, none of it matters if you don't have water, sewer, electric, roads, a good board to try to help make policies that are business friendly. One thing I want us to not forget in our desire to get new businesses, right? Because we're good at going, oh, we're going to go after this one. We want to track this one. I think it's very important, kind of like I've been married 31 years and I want to stay married for a very long time, is that, in our desire for new businesses, that we don't forget to support the businesses that are already here. That the businesses that have chosen to be here, that have been here for generations, we need to not forget to support them and to let them know that we appreciate them. Because you know what? They have a choice to go somewhere else. They have a choice to get up and move, and some businesses have. So I want to highlight a few businesses today real briefly. Obviously Simmons Foods is a real big one. They have over 9,500 employees. About 450 are in Siloam Springs. And they're working on a deal. It's not finalized, but they're working toward another $100 million expansion in Siloam Springs, which would generate another 150 jobs. Not finalized. That's a big deal. So anytime you see the leadership of Simmons Foods, whether it be Todd or Mark or David Jackson or any of those people, you'd say, thank you very much. Thank you for keeping Simmons Foods in Siloam Springs, because you know what? They're also in multiple other states, and they have rolled out the carpet for them. Just like we roll out the carpet for other businesses. There are other people going, Simmons, please come here, please come here, please come here. So never forget to support who's in front of you. Jetstream Pipe Life. It's one of the world's largest manufacturers of plastic pipe and systems. They recently expanded their production this last year, and they built a new building and storage. Jetstream Pipe Life also added 3 new manufacturing lines, which will be completed in December 2024. So not only are we attracting businesses, but businesses that have been here for 40, 50, 60, 70 years still see this as a place they want to grow and develop and expand and spend their money. One of my favorite ones here is actually Lazy Boy. Lazy Boy, they actually closed the plant in Mexico and they're bringing everyone here. It's kind of like the opposite of what usually happens. But I got one clapper over there. But anyway, Lazy Boy Furniture. Siloam Springs, Arkansas currently produces all the United States and Canada west of the Mississippi River. Did you guys hear what I just said? What is produced in Lazy Boy produces all of the United States and Canada west of the Mississippi River. Their furniture. Big, big deal. When you see someone Lazy Boy, say thank you very much. And like I said, they're doing about 1,300 pieces of furniture per day. It's a 25% increase from where it was a year ago. That's a 30% increase in production over the last 12 months. Go Lazy Boy. Go buy a recliner. Gives you a reason to lay down, David. Be Lazy Boy. So do that. Also, too, there's another business a lot of people don't think about, Web Wheel. Web Wheel, big, big deal in this town, big deal wheel. Manufacturer services parts for commercial vehicles, brake drums, wheel hubs, rotators, spokes, wheels, calipers, brake pads. You know what? It's nice when my car starts. I get really excited. I get really excited, too, when it stops. So without that, you find someone who works at Web Wheel, say thank you very much for what you do. We appreciate you. We're glad you're here. We want you to stay here. Because I promise you, there are businesses, there are towns all across America that want Web Wheel to be there. And we do not need to take anyone for granted. I've learned, been married 31 years, so don't take my wife for granted. And we don't need to take his business for granted. We don't need to take for granted that we have a great university, John Brown University, that we have great public schools, that we have great legislators, that we have a great city board, great administrators. Do not take them for granted, because you know what? There's choices. They can be other places. And I'm glad they all chose to be here. Dayspring Cards, right? Business has been around over 50 years. Basically, you can say they sell Christian cards, but the other products, really what they do, they package up hope and joy and send it around the world. That's really what they do. They bottle up what we naturally have in Siloam Springs and send it all around the planet, sharing love and joy all around the planet. That's a beautiful thing what Dayspring does. And they're part of Hallmark, and the best thing Hallmark's done is try to leave them alone. Best thing Hallmark can do is leave Dayspring alone, let Dayspring be Dayspring and Siloam Springs be Siloam Springs, and they will have a fine profit margin. Cobb Van Trust. I love talking about Cobb Van Trust. You know, the deal is people drive by it on 412. What is that building? The Cobb Van Trust. They're one of only 2 companies on the planet that handle the genome of chickens. If you wonder why all the chickens look the same, they handle the genome. They have about 40% of the world's market share on the genome of chickens here in Siloam Springs. Isn't that a beautiful thing? So when you hear someone say Cobb Van Trust, you go, I like the way those chickens look. You know, but good stuff right there. You know, we have innovative fabrication businesses, like Alternative Design and Nance Machine. Those businesses are almost like the Intel Pentium processor in a computer. A lot of times you don't know what they do, but they're the reason that things work. Some of the stuff that these people build and they make, they're running these plants we've already talked about. It's an amazing, beautiful thing. And I know that, I virtually do nothing on social media for a lot of different reasons, but I have heard that some people, I think for good reason, that people are excited that Olive Garden's coming. Some people still don't believe it, but they are coming. But I want you to know, while there's good reason to be excited about Olive Garden, I think it's incredibly, incredibly important. And there's other restaurants that you'll recognize that are coming too. We'll see if Alan talks about them. Probably won't. I'm not coming from my mouth. But other good things that are coming. But Olive Garden you can say, because it was on What's Up Siloam, so you can say it now. But I think it's incredibly important why you're excited about that. But hey guys, don't forget to spend your money at the great restaurants that our community has had and stood with us over the test of time. For generations, we've had local businesses here. Let's not forget Kathy's Corner. They've been in business 25 years. Kathy, the Chamber celebrated Kathy this last week as Small Business Woman of the Year. 25 years. Fantastic food. We need to celebrate them. And our desire for more other restaurants like that. I'm thankful for people like William Hall with Callahan Steakhouse. Callahan Steakhouse has been here 31 years. When y'all go out and y'all get your raise, you need to go out and buy a steak at Callahan Steakhouse and celebrate and let them know thank you for being here, because I promise you, he's been offered to be bought out by many restaurants over and over and over. And there's a lot of other chains that would love to be here, and they have stood the test of time 31 years. They're committed to this town. We need to be committed to them. We need to also really support our downtown, right? Park House downtown, great live entertainment food. Alma Sanchez took a risk. Live entertainment, whether it's your style or not, I enjoy the music, great food. We need to support them. Downtown, Park House. One little note thing, you guys may not know this, but the Siloam Chamber, we did a ribbon cutting for a very, very, very special business, Malamoose Burgers. Malamoose Burgers. It's a food truck in Siloam Springs. About 3 weeks ago, we won first place at the Miracle League Northwest Arkansas Burger Competition in September. And 2 days ago, it just won the 6th best burger in the world. In the world. And when I say the world, it really is a big deal, because I can remember when my daughters used to cheer competitively. 2 of them cheered with the Razorbacks, but they cheered locally, and they would always do these cheer competitions in Hot Springs and places, and they'd be world champions. Like, world champ? I didn't realize that Hot Springs hosted the world championship of cheer. But no, this really is a big deal. It was of the world. They were actually on the world championships in Indianapolis, Indiana. Multiple countries participated, and they got, and their owner is Adrian Lim. And he's actually flying back from Indianapolis. I think he comes back tomorrow to open his food truck again. So we need to support these local businesses. Food truck, 6th best burger in the world. If you can't come to my house, go there, enjoy that burger. It's good stuff. We have an environment that is great for entrepreneurs. Like I said, we're happy that we do business plans, competitions. We have women minority scholarships people take advantage of. Very happy about that. Under leadership of Lindsay Taylor in our chamber, did a women's conference 2 days ago here, 140 business women that were here learning how to grow and develop their business and build those relationships, because like my friend Mr. Patrick said, there's nothing more important in life than relationships, right? It's the only thing that really matters. One thing, we're about to wrap this thing up. One thing I think I want everyone to realize is that the impact that you make, and the impact that John Brown University makes, that our public schools make, that our legislators make, that our chamber makes, is way greater than the boundaries of Siloam Springs. Do not forget that. Huge. And because of some people that went before us, Siloam Springs has great representation and collaborative relationships with the Northwest Council. Because of people like Mark Simmons, who was friends, had a relationship with Sam Walton, J.B. Hunt, Don Tyson, not Mike Tyson, he was being Biden ears, but Don Tyson. Those relationships, they form the Northwest Council. That's because that's how we have X&A Airport. That's how we have I-49. Those relationships matter, and we're still getting benefits. Siloam Springs has equal representation as Fayetteville, Bentonville, Rogers, all those places, Springdale. equal representation. And this year, I represent all the chambers and on the executive committee of the Northwest Council. We're also, too, very fortunate that Mark Simmons had the fortitude, the vision to say, hey, you know what, that worked really good on the 49 corridor. But like what Randy and Delia said, is that Western Benton County Partnerships, one of the first things that Mark Simmons, I think I was on the job about a month, he said, do you think we can start something like that? Right when COVID started. And it took us about 3 or 4 years to get started, but the incorporation paperwork for the Western Benton County Partnership happened inside the Chamber of Commerce here in Siloam Springs. The agent of record for the Western Benton County Partnership is the Siloam Springs Chamber of Commerce. But the beautiful thing is it's not about the Chamber of Commerce, it's about the cities. It's Sulphur Springs, Gentry, Decatur, Gravette, Sulphur Springs, Siloam Springs. And with that, we were able to collaboratively help with tornado relief, because we don't know the next tornado may hit here. It actually hit close to my house last week. But you know what? We collaboratively pulled the money together. Some of the efforts that Representative Haak did and some others basically raised $360,000 for child care homes, so that we're starting 10 child care homes, 2 of which are in Siloam Springs. So basically people can be trained to tap into the funding so they can give quality health care so people can go to work. Great things going on. Yesterday here on JBU campus, President Pollard spoke, and so actually 2 days in a row I had a suit on. Yesterday I had my tie on. I said I wouldn't wear one today. But just a few feet from here, Northwest Council actually had their meeting. We had Alice Walton here, Jim Walton. A few hundred feet from right here, we had the leadership of some of the largest businesses across the region, the United States, and the world here at John Brown University. And we're happy to be a part of that. Siloam Springs is prime for businesses to come. So in summary, I want you to know the current business environment for Siloam Springs is very strong, has unlimited potential with great relationships. The relationships position Siloam Springs to become exceptionally stronger as Northwest Arkansas invites 30 new residents per day. And of those 30 residents per day, many of them are coming to Siloam Springs to fulfill their dream. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. It's my honor and a very prestigious honor to follow so many just great speakers that do so much for our community and our state. So thank you. Just wanted to start off. I promised the staff I wouldn't go rogue. I would stick to my script. But I just want to say, staff, thank you. Department heads, thank you. This is possible for the work that you guys do for this city every single day. So just thank you. Just a big thank you to the board. Thank you 15 months ago believing in me and giving me an opportunity to lead the city. I know there's times it's tough and we're in there battling what's best for the city, but I know all our board members without a doubt care about our city and what's best for it. So thank you. And a big thank you to my wife and one of my sons supporting me. It's been amazing. Thank you. I get emotional. They've been through a lot with me and always supported me. But, thank you all for being here today. As we reflect on a year gone by, we can't help but feel the immense gratitude in the amazing community and staff that make Siloam shine. This past year has been filled with moments of unity, work, and pride. Our city isn't just a place. It's where neighbors become friends and friends become family. Whether it's cheering on our local teams, supporting small businesses, or simply sharing a smile on our streets, it's the care and connection that makes Siloam Springs a truly special place. Our city teams have worked tirelessly to keep our community safe, vibrant, and welcoming. Together, we faced challenges, celebrated milestones, stayed focused on shared goals to make this city the best it can be a place where all of us can live, work, and play. Today, as we share the State City of Address, we celebrate everything we've achieved together. But our work doesn't stop here. We're just getting started. The future of Siloam Springs is bright and is built on strength and our shared commitment. Together, we will continue to grow and thrive Thank you for being the heart and soul of Siloam Springs. You make this place not just a city, but a remarkable place to call home. Looking back the last 15 months since I stepped into the role of city administrator for the Siloam Springs, I'm incredibly proud of all the accomplishments we've had together. Let's take a moment to celebrate some of those milestones and highlights in our progress to showcase the strength of our community. We took ownership of the Siloam Springs Golf Course and began significant enhancements, including new greens, electrical updates, bathroom renovations, with construction and maintenance supports provided with no cost to the city. Benton County Work Trustees were given to us by Benton County, and I just want to thank our partners at Benton County Sheriff's Department. We've completed these improvements and celebrated our ribbon cutting ceremony in May, marking a new chapter for our community for our cherished golf course. We hired a law firm to serve as our legal representative for the city. Our current turnover rate for employees is 10.8%. Echelon Front delivered leadership series to all employees in the spring of '24, promoting leadership skills across the organization. During the 2023 winter employee meeting, employees donated over 250 toys to the Manna Center, exemplifying the spirit of giving in our community. Over the past year, we've added 6 new leadership positions to include Chief of Police Scott Miller, Fire Chief Dustin Kendall, Community Development Director Chris Paxton, Public Services Director Jason Davis, Public Works Director Kevin Moore, and our City Clerk Janae Fain. I'm just very proud. They're been with me since the beginning. I think Chris is a senior now with about a year and a couple months doing extraordinary work. And I cannot, forget the work that Christina and Phil and Misty bring. I appreciate them very much. We've also hired Hallie Monson, our new grant coordinator. She's done a couple good things since you've been here, bringing fresh energy and expertise to our grant initiatives. We were awarded a RAISE grant for $11.5 million. Awarded a local law enforcement block grant for $7,400. Awarded a Dollar General grant for $3,000. Awarded a community placemaking grant for $80,000. We've also awarded an Airport Federal Aviation Administration grant for $3.6 million. This year, we've been awarded over $15 million in grants. Hallie will be the first to tell you she doesn't do that alone. It takes cooperation between staff, getting her the information, helping her with the writing, doing all the legwork. So I greatly appreciate that team effort. Completed the sale of city-owned property in Oklahoma to the Grand River Dam Authority. The property will be used to establishing wetlands to improve water quality and create perpetual conservation easement, and the property was sold for over $713,000. Woka Whitewater Park opened in the fall of '23 in Watts, Oklahoma, just a short drive from Siloam Springs. The National Caliber Whitewater Adventure Park brings experiences to our community, thanks to a generous support of the Walton Foundation and the Grand River Authority. In July of '23, we also celebrated the opening of the Woka Trail, a 6-mile round trip, 3 miles each way, a scenic walking and biking path connecting Siloam Springs to Woka Whitewater Park. This trail enhances recreational options. It provides accessible, beautiful routes to exciting new attraction. The city maintains 1.25 miles of this trail on the Arkansas side. Very first 4th of July block party was a hit. We had incredible live music with Maud Crawford and Clay Page, amazing food trucks, games, fireworks, and so much more. Over 2,500 people participated in the fun in the community celebration. We've already looking forward to planning the July 4th, 2025 celebration. The city took ownership of the golf course in '23, as I said earlier. In '23, our revenues increased from $139,754 in '23 to in '24 to $315,116. They've doubled it. This great work. That club we've managed with Maxim Golf and Brian Minnis. They just him and his staff do a tremendous job. Transition from Mission Square retirement and power the Mission Square 2 Empowerment retirement, resulting in an annual savings for employees of $20,000 a year. Successfully passed a 25 budget, setting the stage for continued growth and development in the coming year. As part of the 24 budget, the city approved a 7% cost of living raise adjustment for employees, followed this year with a 4% COLA raise, an increase of 11%. Thank you, Board. Implemented new policy, employees to take loans from their 457B retirement accounts, with this loan ranging from the minimum of $1,000 to $50,000, offering greater financial flexibility to our staff. In partnership with Siloam Springs School District, 2 tennis courts at Bob Henry Park were converted to 6 pickleball courts. My apartment's right there, so it stays very, very busy and used, providing more ways for our community to stay active and connect. Love Siloam was launched in the fall of 23 with the second service day held in 2024. Hundreds of volunteers came together, complete service projects throughout Siloam Springs, showing the true spirit of our community. The community development launched a major projects tracker, the city project tracker, to keep the community informed in recent ongoing projects. The community development department founded and planned development review committee to assist developers by previewing application for rezoning to PD zone districts. By establishing early communication and expectation, this planning commission subcommittee ensures the concept proposal with PD applications are ready to be seen by the planning commission and allows commissioners to serve the committee to have face-to-face conversations with the applicant. The police department acquired 2 drones now used extensively for locating missing persons, enhancing event security and tracking suspects. 6 officers have been trained to operate these drones, expanding our capabilities in critical situations. Canine additions, Rubble, purchased through donations from Simmons. Rubble joined the patrol division at the 2nd Narcotics Canine. The SRO division also added Cyber, an electronic detection canine it's partnered with the SRO division, Officer Tyler Underwood. Cyber helps in local schools. Cyber is trained and he can locate vapes, USBs, hard drives, and cell phones. I need him at my house. I lose that thing. You bring it by the cell phones. The police department transitioned the WatchGuard system to new integrated body-worn in-car camera system, complete with CAD call integration. This upgrade enhances tracking accountability, ensuring greater transparency and efficiency in our operations. Develop the updates and sidewalk streets drainage master plan, setting a clear path for the future infrastructure improvements across the city. The city inspected, tested, and put into service 4,497 feet of additional sanitary sewer main this year, raising the total to 122 miles of sewer line. An additional 86 manholes were installed to support the expansion. The board also passed this year that we'll be doing a master sewer plan where we can plan for our future. This year, the maintenance division changed its name to Fleet Services to better align with its mission and goals. Taking full responsibility for vehicle repair and maintenance and budget has led to considerable cost savings and reducing unnecessary outsourcing. For example, an in-house project as a clutch rebuilding or installing motors, replacing a valve assemblies on fire trucks, or fixing hydraulic pumps save the city approximately $62,253.98. Additionally, improvements in finance and record keeping have streamlined operations across all repairs. Fleet Services acquired 2 40-yard front load dump or commercial trucks and 1 25-yard rear load trash truck for the sanitation division. Sanitation division purchased 2 new balers to enhance our recycling efforts and celebrating new arrival with ribbon cutting ceremony in September. We completed street projects, Sager Creek Drive rebuild project, Villa View widening project, Brentwood Lane drainage project, Maxwell Street sanitary sewer replacement. This project involved replacing 1,083 feet of 18-inch sewer line and installing 8 new manholes and resurfacing Maxwell Street. Began Lake Francis Drive rebuild began in 23, and they're going to run me off. That doesn't go. I'm sure we're going to be done this year, so that will be completed. Savings, cleaned the Wedge Sludge Lagoon classifier waste and installed a new decant line on the East Lagoon, sending clean water to the sewer and extending East Lagoon's lifespan. Plans are underway to implement a similar setup on the West Lagoon. This work was completed in-house, savings the city of over $200,000. Created filled 3 new mechanic positions, resulting in approximately $650,000 in savings. Since they're hiring, no outsourcing has occurred except for warranty work, contrasting with the $1.4 million we outsourced the last 2 previous years. Completed repairs to sanitation building in-house for less than $5,000, a significant savings compared to a $100,000 cost for a structural engineer. The recycling division collected and shipped 536 tons. That's over 1.1 million pounds in 2024 in recycling materials, including paper, cardboard, glass, plastics, aluminum, tin, scrap metal. This diversion saved the city over $19,000 in tipping fees, equivalent to 23 semi-truckloads of waste. In April, the facility coordinator and technician built a new 12-by-8 scale house, significantly improving safety, customer convenience, and reducing drive-offs. The front office and foreman's office were also remodeled. Fleet Services converted an existing pickup into a Stinger truck, saving the city roughly $100,000 in vehicles. I've got a couple, if you remember, some of you remember MacGyver, I've got a couple of those guys that work for me. They can make anything, but they actually took an old truck and converted it. And now what that Stinger truck does, it picks up dumpsters and it can move it around without having to actually bring the truck in and have it all hooked up and moved. So really appreciate them there. The sanitation division brought repairs in-house, achieving total savings approximately of $194,000. In November 1st, 2024, the recycling program has seen substantial growth. In 23, recycling revenues totaled $46,000, while in 24, we saw $107,000 in recycling. Miscellaneous revenue also increased from $3,000 earned 23 compared to almost $12,000 in 24. Great job. I was concerned this year that we would miss budget in 24. And when you're working on a budget of 6.4, you're hoping that the economy goes well, and we all saw the inflation and everything's increasing. And I had doubts. I was like, oh gosh, my first year, I'm going to have to go to the board and tell them we're not making it. But I was so proud to watch the city just come together, do in-house projects, and they found cost savings, and we will be under budget this year. So great job, staff, doing that work. I was at the Northwest Arkansas Council yesterday, and just like Arthur was saying, it was amazing the people there that do so much for our community. And a very influential person that's very involved in Arkansas economic development walked up to me and the mayor. He said, you guys got a special place here. And I said, yeah, we do. And he said, no, people want to come work here. They want to bring they want to be involved. And I asked him why. He said, because you guys got a can-do attitude. I just love that. For him to seek me out, or we were talking, for him to say that we have a can-do attitude. And that staff doing that extra mile, and because it's not easy. Everybody knows in leadership can be lonely at times, and you got to make those tough calls. But man, what a good thing to hear that we have a can-do attitude. I'd like to go to, here's a few messages from our city board of directors.
Hi there. If you don't know me, I'm David Allen, lifelong resident and 4th generation of my family to be a part of Siloam Springs. And Siloam, what does it mean? Not just named for the mineral springs that become Sager Creek, but named for the healing waters of the Pool of Siloam referenced in the Bible. During my time with our city, I've seen 4 mayors and 5 city administrators. And our staff could be working in the biggest cities, making big money. They are that good. But they choose to live and work here, the city we all love. As most of you know, Mayor Judy Nation and I just got reelected to 4 more years. And as the saying goes, on to bigger and better things. Our city of Siloam Springs is getting better as it gets bigger. Some of our future plans include an update of our Family Aquatic Center, an update of our animal shelter, a cleanup and rehabilitation of Sager Creek, plus developing plans for a future rec center and community building, and of course, lots of street improvements. Our job as any government is to look after the safety and security of our people and all who are visiting our city. You can be assured our police and fire departments are staffed by the best, true heroes in every sense of the word, and many of them are lifelong residents of Siloam too. Siloam Springs is a welcoming city with families moving here every week, and it's no wonder. Our city's motto for many years was City of Beauty and Progress, and you will find that and so much more in the small town that I hold so dear, called Siloam Springs, Arkansas.
Hello, I'm Ken Wiles, and I'm honored to serve as a City Board Director for Ward 2. Siloam Springs is my home, the place where I raised my family, built my career, and made countless memories. I have a deep love for this community, and it's a privilege to work alongside each of you as we find ways to make our hometown even stronger. Thank you for being an essential part of Siloam Springs. Your efforts in supporting one another and working together make our town a better place every day. I also want to extend a special thanks to you, our dedicated city staff. Your commitment to keeping our lights on, our streets safe, and providing essential services in times of need is invaluable. It's truly an honor to serve the residents of Siloam Springs. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this incredible community.
Hi, I'm Director Betsy Blair Finn. I want to take a moment to express my sincere gratitude to 2 groups of people who make everything we do possible. First, to our incredible staff. Thank you for your unwavering dedication and hard work. You are the backbone of this city, working tirelessly behind the scenes to keep everything running smoothly, from maintaining infrastructure to delivering essential services. You ensure that our community remains a place where people can live, work, and thrive. Your commitment is truly appreciated, and the progress we made and our quality of life would not be possible without you. And to our citizens, thank you. It's your resilience, your spirit, and your engagement that inspire everything we do. You are the heart of this city, and without your support and involvement, none of this would be possible. Whether it's participating in local programs, giving guidance, or simply being a part of our vibrant community, you play a vital role in shaping our collective success. And you are the reason we are here. Together as a team, we have achieved so much, and I have no doubt that by continuing to work hand in hand, we will continue to build a brighter future for all. Thank you all for your hard work, your passion, and your unwavering dedication to our city. I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mindy Hunt, and I've served on the Siloam Springs City Board as a Ward 1 representative for the past 6 years. In my spare time, I enjoy traveling, but I always like coming back to the place I've called home for 30 years. Lots of change has happened in those 30 years, including more than doubling in size. We've grown because people want to live in Siloam. That's a good thing, and a thing our city staff and leadership are preparing for through housing developments, quality of life projects, infrastructure improvements, and more. These things will continue to be priority. One project I'm especially looking forward to is the improvements to East Main Street and the downtown bridge. With this area being a main entrance into the heart of our town, the improvements are much needed. I'm especially excited that the city received a grant to cover the cost. One of the best things about Siloam Springs, other than the citizens of course, is that we have so many organizations that work to make life better for our citizens. Thank you to these organizations and to our city staff and leadership for working together to continue to make Siloam a place people want to call home.
Hello, I'm Reed Carroll. Today we're at the State of the City. We're dealing with families, business, schools, and churches. We are growing. Let us transition well. Opportunity lies at our doorstep. May we represent well. May we be the beacon of light, that beacon of hope. As we take our next steps, let us be the example. We are the gateway to the Ozarks. Let us be proud. May we work through adversity and celebrate triumph. People, we have it. Let's live and share what we have. We live in a strategic location. We are a destination. Let's do something with it. The national stage is becoming more present in our community, but I can still see Mayberry because I'm looking for it. Thank you, everyone, for making Siloam Springs a place to be proud of as we remember and learn from our past. May we thrive with excellence in our present and look forward with great anticipation to our future. Welcome to Siloam Springs. Welcome home.
Hi, I'm Lisa Rissler, and I'm honored to serve as a director on the City Board of Directors for Siloam Springs. Being born and raised here most of my life, Siloam Springs has shaped who I am. As I wrap up my 6th year on the board and begin my 7th, I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to represent our community's voices and interests. This town has given me so much. It's where my values were formed, my friendships grew, and my family made a home. Thank you for the trust you've placed in me, and to our dedicated staff, thank you for all your hard work and commitment to making this a wonderful place to live. Together, we're building a city that reflects our shared values, a resilient community where we look after each other, cherish our biblical foundation, and plan for a vibrant future. I'm excited to see what we'll accomplish in 2025 together.
In April, the facility coordinator and technician built a new 12-by-8 scale house, significantly improving safety and customer service. I think I already read that, didn't I? That's why I numbered my pages. She said I would go off screen. Let me go get back. I'm filled with excitement for what's ahead in 25 and beyond. Time and again, Siloam Springs has shown that we're a city built on resilience, innovation, and unity. Our foundation is strong, and with every challenge, we grow stronger. The future holds endless opportunities. For us to expand and connect and continue fostering a community that welcomes strategic growth, embraces possibility, but not to lose what makes this city so special. With this in mind, I'm proud to introduce a new mission and vision and set of values to guide us forward. The ones that worked when I was chief of police, especially the policemen, they know how much this means to me, is make sure that we have a vision and a mission statement. That's what I've always done wherever I've been. First, our mission statement: improving people's lives by delivering exceptional services while fostering an atmosphere where citizens and businesses can thrive. Our vision statement: our vision is to create a vibrant, diverse community with highly dependable services where residents thrive and businesses flourish. Siloam Springs is a great place to live, work, and play. It's a place where neighbors become family. One of the most important things to me is our values. The first one is trust. Do what we say we will do. Integrity. We will do the right thing even when no one is watching. Professionalism. Perform all functions and duties with excellence. Respect. Treat all people well. Teamwork. We achieve our highest performances by working together. Innovation. Look for and embrace new effective ways to do things. Customer service. Efficient delivery of outstanding services. And one of my favorites that we try to do around the office, Chris is smiling at me now, is fun. No day is complete without laughter. Job's hard, we have to find a way to get some laughter, and we find plenty of that sometimes. We'll shape our future and build a vibrant, connected, and thriving Siloam Springs. We have great things to look forward to. A new city app is launching fall of '24. Stay tuned for the website and social media. Access your city services anytime, anywhere by using our app. Siloam Springs monthly newsletter coming in January of '25. The Unified Development Code Board will be completed this year and brought to the board. I know it's something we've been working on for a while. grants that we're currently working for the future. And again, I tell you the good news about grants, but there's a lot of times if you know, being an old baseball player, and if you're not in the batter's box swinging, you can't ever hit the ball. So there's sometimes we don't get them, but we've lost some grants, we've won some grants, but these are the ones that we're trying to get right now. A public safety equipment grant for over almost $73,000. The Leary Foundation grant for over $15,000. A recycling partnership grant for over $80,000. The solid waste infrastructure recycling grant for over $1 million. And I made a decision after I already had this done, we'll be applying for that grant next year. And then the assistant firefighter grant, and that could be up to $1 million. The Siloam Springs Fire Department is implementing a vehicle replacement program to manage and rotation of frontline apparatuses, reserve status, and schedule replacements with new vehicles. This approach aims to stagger substantial costs of vehicle replacements, ensuring that no more than one apparatus is due for replacement within a calendar year. Greater focus on streets and drainage infrastructure, efficient transportation, transitional senior housing, new housing, Bath Homes of Siloam Springs proposed townhomes development, which will consist of a new 150 single-family resident townhomes, lots situated over almost 14 acres. This development includes planned amenities such as playground area, pickleball courts, and walking trails. In the years to come, we would like to see a new police department, fire department, recreational center, senior housing, planning, and strategic growth are our goals. As we look ahead, we remain committed to building a city that is inclusive, innovative, and full of opportunity. By embracing change, focusing on substantial growth, and continuing a collaborative with our community, we will create a brighter future for all Siloam Springs. Together, we will ensure the best days are yet to come. The road ahead is full of promise, and we're ready to take it on side by side. Today, we come together as a community, leaders and residents, nonprofits, city staff, and volunteers to celebrate what makes Siloam Springs so special. Like a dedicated team, we move forward united, tackling challenges, supporting one another, and working toward our shared goals. We're honored to be joined by leaders from across our community, to include local and state officials, business and nonprofit leaders, and volunteers. Every dedicated city department, police, fire, public works, public services, electric, finance, and human resources. Our progress isn't driven by any one person alone. It's a collective effort by everyone here that makes Siloam Springs special. Our work is about building Siloam Springs where everyone has a place and purpose, from our parks to our neighborhoods to our local businesses. We're shaping a vibrant, welcoming city together. We face challenges head on, knowing that united we can achieve more than any of us could alone. I've been in team sports since I was probably 4 years old, and I think I played competitively until in my 40s. And I came to the police department in different places. When I first became city administrator, I stressed how important teamwork is. And the way I look at team, it's not just the city workers in the city, it's JBU and the school systems and the chamber and our representatives working together. So to try to inspire, I'm a big video guy, and so now I'd like to show you a short video that highlights what teamwork can accomplish and what we can do together in the good for our community.
For the first time ever, an NBA Finals game will be played in Oakland.
I'm grateful to have this team behind me. We're in the middle of a playoff run, and that's the most important thing.
From the left side, and the Cavaliers have taken a 29-15 lead.
Everybody in the first quarter is trying to do it on their own, and it's not going to work against this team.
Leadership and teamwork, it's a powerful combination. It turns the ordinary into extraordinary. But how do we do it? How do we create it?
What makes a great team, and how do we lead one? Is it just a gathering of talented people, or is there something more to it?
The substitute for Canada just about gets it through.
Because it's not just about having strength and talent on your team, it's about knowing how it all comes together. It's not just about knowing who needs support, but knowing how to support each other. It's not about individual talent. It's about understanding how those individual talents work together as a whole.
Curry puts the Warriors up 2. Irving back in the game on Curry. Curry drives to the basket, lays it. No, he missed it. Irving may have gotten a piece of it, and we'll go to overtime.
Look at the incredible team that dominated the NBA from 2014 to 2019, the Golden State Warriors. Their success was not just because they had strong players. That's the obvious part. Their success was a result of a group discovering how they all fit together. Their success was a result of a group of people who shared the win and the loss. Their success was a result of leadership who understood the importance of teamwork.
If you're on his team, you bring it every single day. You know, as a part of our culture and our identity as a team, that's a result of who we are.
Curry, legendary captain, truly understood the unique strengths of his players and how they fit together. Perhaps it's because he'd already needed to spend time figuring out how all of his unique strengths fit together. He'd learned it. He knew how to maximize potential, build a team that would win and lose together. They were unstoppable. A record-breaking 73 wins.
The Warriors, who are down 14 in the first half, they win 108-100.
And the dream season is now complete. The Golden State Warriors are the 2015 NBA champions.
Teams need to want to be teams.
Sports, business, NBA champions, Fortune 500 companies, community leagues, nonprofits digging in every day. Great leaders inspire people to truly take on the hard part of working together, figuring out how they fit, why their collisions can lead to breakthroughs. Great teams have talented people who learn how their skills work together. Great teams can break through what has been done to create new possibilities. And in the new world of work, that is exactly what every single one of us needs to be leaning into. Teams need to want to be teams.
Can we all agree we live in the greatest country in the world? Without a doubt. Yep. Director Allen and I were having a conversation, and he reminded me yesterday, think about the word American. We're all proud to be Americans right now, but really look at the word. What's that last little bit in American? It says, I can. If you read it and it says, I can, it's a reminder of what is possible. And together we can accomplish anything. Throughout the State of the City address today, I've shared where we've been, where we're headed. Now I'd like to take a moment to show you who we are.
This is Siloam Springs, a city built on progress, rooted in unity, and fueled by the joy of community. Here, we don't just live side by side, we grow, dream, and lift each other up, creating a place where everyone feels at home. Our parks and green spaces are the soul of this city, where outdoor adventure is woven into the fabric of our daily lives. From quiet moments of reflection by the water to exhilarating hikes and bike rides, wellness thrives in every corner of Siloam Springs. Who are we? We are a community of many stories, many cultures, and many experiences. Our diversity strengthens us. It's our shared experiences, our collective histories that weave the fabric of this city. Together, we celebrate the richness of life and the beauty of our differences. In times of challenge, we stand together. Our first responders, public servants, and community leaders work tirelessly to protect and uplift. They are the heartbeat of this city, and through their service, we find our strength. Siloam Springs is a city of resilience. We've faced challenges before, but we never faced them alone. Together, we weather every storm, rebuild what's been broken, and rise stronger, always keeping our eyes on the horizon. We celebrate our wins, whether large or small. From the first step of a child to the opening of a new business, every victory strengthens the spirit of Siloam Springs. As we move forward, we hold on to the values that have shaped us. From our schools to our local businesses, we invest in each other, fostering a culture of growth, learning, and opportunity. From the excitement of high school homecomings to the pride of our university sports. Our schools are not just places of learning, they are the heartbeat of our community. Our city comes alive with the spirit of competition, unity, and pride. These moments bring us together, strengthening the bonds that make Siloam Springs a place where we all belong. Pride fills our hearts as we look back on how far we've come and look ahead with hope to what's yet to be. Every day, with every step forward, we build our future. Our leaders, our businesses, and our people working hand in hand pave the way for growth. We lay foundations not just for today, but for future generations. Together, we are making Siloam Springs a better, stronger place to live, work, and thrive. This is Siloam Springs, a city of spirit, of tradition, and of progress. A city that stands as a beacon of unity and joy. To the people who make this place more than just a city, thank you. Together, we continue to write our story. Siloam Springs, our home, our future.
As we move forward, remember this: every day and every step forward, we build our future. Our leaders, our businesses, and our people, working hand in hand, pave the way for our growth. We lay foundations not just for today, but for future generations. Together, we are making Siloam Springs a better, stronger place to live, work, and thrive. Thank you for everyone coming today. I can't leave without thanking Megan. She's in the booth back there putting this together, and the staff. Man. And again, before we go, just know today, you just saw a snippet of the work that's being done. This community is amazing. It's just an amazing place to be. Just thank you. God bless you. And Megan told me to remind you, since the Constitution Camp voted in Kit Kat, and the board voted on it as our candy bar, there's some out back, so please grab them where I don't take them home, our official Kit Kat bar. But again, God bless you, and thank you for being here.